Hello and welcome to the Business Standard Morning Show. I am Ruchika Chitravanshi. It is 10th of January 2024 and here are the questions we will be answering today. How can Lakshadweep trump Maldives? What will be the significance of India's first AI city? Is geopolitics the unknown risk for the markets? And who is Sheikh Hasina? Maldives' new government has sacked its 3 ministers and it is trying hard to douse flames erupted due to their comments against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Their controversial remarks had come in response to Prime Minister Modi's posts in which he was promoting Lakshadweep as a tourist destination. So how can we make Indian tourist spots more attractive? Shivam Tyagi finds out.
The Lakshadweep is just 750 kilometers away from the Maldives. Dotting the Arabian Sea, these two group of islands boast of similar white sand beaches and blue waters. While Maldives as a country has about 187 inhabited islands, Lakshadweep, which is about 350 kilometers off the Kerala coast, has just 10. It would be unfair to compare Maldives as a country with the small group of Lakshadweep islands. We start off by offering a glimpse into where the two islands stand when it comes to connectivity and some other parameters. Currently, 108 flights connect India to Maldives every week as against just one to Lakshadweep. Most tourists take the sea route to reach there. At over 2 lakhs, India was the largest source of tourists for Maldives last year, while Lakshadweep received only 22,800 Indian tourists in the year. So now, amid the raging row, appeals are being made to promote Indian beaches and boycott Maldives. But what will it take for Indian tourist spots like Lakshadweep to attract more domestic and foreign tourists? What is the current situation like? The Indian tourism industry is slowly reaching the pre-pandemic days. The footfall of foreign tourists touched 7.24 million till October 2023, and the full year number is expected to breach the 8 million mark. Before the pandemic, it was hovering close to the 10 million mark. Domestic tourism too is reaching the pre-pandemic days. While the data for 2023 wasn't available, in 2022, 1.7 billion Indians explored various parts of the country, and it is expected to cross 2 billion in 2023. Before the pandemic struck, the number was 2.3 billion. While there is a recovery, it is slow. So why is foreign tourist footfall taking so long to recover? What are the factors affecting it?
The kind of segment that travels to India is primarily it's a slightly older generation, and one of the reason basically there are two reasons. One is India is expensive, and second is India is on everybody's bucket list. So because of which it's a slightly older generation that comes in. Post-COVID, the elderly have been slightly careful on where they travel, and secondly, with whatever's happening globally, the unrest in various parts of the world, long-haul travel has taken an impact, and not only in India, elsewhere as well. So people are mostly traveling regional for that. So I don't think it's a major cause of concern. This is a cyclical trend.
Experts also say that India needs to attract the mid-income level travelers as the country is an expensive destination where usually backpackers or luxury segment travelers come.
There could be some work done on the segmentation in the age profile that is coming to India, make it more attractive, and primarily the reason being that India is expensive. The bulk of the hotel growths are happening in the 5-star and luxury segments. Airfare is expensive, ground transport is expensive, because of which there is a separate set of people that come in. So either it is backpackers or it's luxury travelers. I think we need to be able to penetrate slightly more into the mid-market segment.
According to a report, hotel prices in India are set to rise in 2024. A report by a multinational travel management company, American Express Global Business Travel, reveals that most Indian cities will see rate increases in line with local inflation. This follows substantial price hikes in 2022 and 2023. But hoteliers say that the high prices signal a higher demand for hotel rooms, which is outpacing the supply of new rooms being developed in the country. According to a report by Hotelivate, India will add 59,000 rooms between 2022 and 2027. In comparison, Vietnam, a much smaller country, is set to add 54,038 new rooms between 2022 and 2025, a report by research firm Mordor Intelligence says.
Due to various reasons, GST and GST is one of those issues where it's way more affordable in these countries, in the Southeast countries, Southeast Asia also. There are bigger number of inventory available over there. Prices are cheaper. GST is much less. And so these are some of the issues which are, of course, affecting only in the leisure travel, I would say.
According to the World Economic Forum's Travel and Tourism Development Index, India stood at 54th place in 2021, down 8 positions from 2019, whereas Vietnam gained 8 positions to be ranked at 52nd place. Thailand was ranked at 36th place, while Indonesia was ranked 32nd in the world. So what should India do to compete with these Southeast Asian countries?
Travel has become part of our culture, and this is going to continue. However, if we look at a sort of strands to start working on a long-term strategy, I think, yes, the messaging needs to be a lot more youthful, where we are very culturally focused, and art and culture, it attracts a certain kind of tourist. I think we need to sort of expand that horizon and make it more youthful. There are certain destinations like Goa and all that who sort of market themselves as youthful, but we need to, as a country, start positioning ourselves a lot more youthful. We need to get into different types of tourism, like sports tourism, entertainment, and not just focus on culture.
For India to attract more tourists going forward, the pricing of travel needs to come down to attract more mid-segment tourists, beginning with lower taxation. Reduced excise duty on alcohol is also an attractive play for tourists, say industry insiders, as it accounts for a major part of their expenditure. And in the long run, India should position itself as a young-age tourism destination with various types of tourism such as sports, entertainment, leisure along with culture.
Government, meanwhile, is trying to project Ayodhya as a global religious tourist destination. The city is going through a massive facelift. With Ram Temple inauguration drawing close, it seems all roads are leading to the temple city. And just 150 kilometers away, UP's capital city Lucknow too is being spruced up, but in a different way. The state government is developing an artificial intelligence city there. The idea is to make it an IT hotspot like Bangalore. So what will be the significance of India's first AI city? Ayush Mishra finds out.
At a time when Indian states are racing to embrace artificial intelligence, Uttar Pradesh has gone a step ahead to develop the country's first AI city in Lucknow. The city will serve as a hub where tech ideas flourish and the workforce of the future is nurtured in an AI ecosystem. The UP Electronics Corporation Limited, acting as the project's lead agency, has released an expression of interest to seek proposals for designing, developing, and overseeing the AI city. It is now inviting real estate developers for the construction and management of the project. According to a Grandview research report, the global AI market was valued at $137 billion in 2022. It is expected to grow at a CAGR of 37.3% between 2023 and 2030. Business intelligence platform Statista indicates the market size for artificial intelligence in India is projected to reach $5.47 billion in 2024. Lucknow is home to centers of excellence in AI as well as medtech, where significant AI integration is evident. The AI Center for Excellence at IIIT Lucknow backs over 15 AI and machine learning startups. The government has announced the allocation of 40 acres in Nadarganj industrial area for the project. Financial incentives include a one-time capex support of 25%, that is up to 20 crore rupees for IT Park and 100 crore rupees for the IT City. Incentives also include a 100% exemption on stamp duty as per the IT and ITES Policy 2022. The project promotes a walk-to-work model with mixed housing, academic collaborations, and AI-enabled transport system. Uttar Pradesh aims to become a $1 trillion economy in 5 years and identified IT and ITES as key sectors for its economic ambitions. Following the introduction of OpenAI's ChatGPT, India witnessed a surge in AI adoption. India Inc. is actively engaging with AI, developing products using OpenAI's APIs and developing algorithms for applications in EdTech, FinTech, software as a service, and other sectors. So, during this period of rapid growth in AI, what does it mean to have an AI city in Lucknow?
This initiative by the government of UP to set up an AI city is a very, very innovative step. AI city will be distinguished from IT hub because it will allow focus on this emerging technology. In fact, recent reports have said that this segment of technology will grow faster than any other technology segment that has ever grown. We are looking at a CAGR of at least 150% for the next 5 years. And to create AI city will mean that you're bringing together all players that are required to make AI ecosystem successful under one roof. Once you create an ecosystem, innovation and jobs automatically come in.
AI city clusters across the Asia Pacific can be classified into 3 categories: mega clusters, established hubs, and developing hubs, which already include cities like Bengaluru, Delhi NCR, Hyderabad, and Chennai. So, how will Lucknow differentiate itself from other cities during this time?
The physical infrastructure is coming in, which is the first part, which is a good thing. What they'll have to do is they'll have to follow it up with the right social infrastructure, because to have the right talent, you also need to create social infrastructure in the city. They'll have to attract the right talent. And finally, it needs to provide enabling environment and incentives to companies, to startups, because many of this innovation will happen with startups, with newer companies which are very nimble. So it has to create an enabling environment through policies, through maybe incentives, through support for these companies to come on board and set up their offices, set up their centers over here.
The government's expression of interest document indicates Noida's ascent as a global IT and ITES hub. Uttar Pradesh aims to boost this sector by promoting Tier 2 cities like Lucknow as emerging technology hubs. AI will be a key growth driver of the IT and ITES sectors globally, and the state aims to leverage this.
Lucknow can think about is to put internal adoption first, right? That can Lucknow or the state of UP become the state that will leverage AI the most, whether it's for religious tourism, whether it is for some of the artisan work that they are doing already, whether it is for the educational, you have premier institutes like IIT Kanpur and others that are already there, or in IIM Lucknow, how that can become the hub for AI research and AI innovation, including the large pool of manufacturing that is going into the state, right? You build out pools of COEs of excellence around manufacturing, defense, tourism, and actually differentiate yourself rather than saying, I want to just attract the next company to come and set up here. That's also important, but that should not be the only focus. Rightly said, there is a lot of competition.
AI City is expected to bring about substantial economic benefits, ranging from job creation and technological innovation to increased investments in tech. The success of the endeavor could pave the way for similar initiatives across the country.
A recent report said that about 70% startups are investing in AI to boost their efficiency. Moving on, global and domestic equities alike have remained unfazed by the geopolitical crisis in the year gone by. The ongoing war in Gaza, however, risks roping in world powers as tensions brew in the Red Sea, while upcoming Taiwanese elections are keeping the mood in East Asia sour. So, are markets ignoring the geopolitical risk in 2024? Our next report finds out.
Equity markets, both in India and overseas, held on to their strength in 2023 despite a weak global backdrop marred with many geopolitical crises. However, tensions brewing across leading global economies continue to loom into the new year too. The ongoing crisis in the Red Sea and the coming Taiwanese elections on January 13 could keep the market pulse under check after the sharp rally of last year. UR Bhatt of Alpha Niti Fintech believes tensions in the Red Sea are priced in at current levels. Any escalation, however, will need to be watched out.
So as of now, the crisis in the Red Sea is probably priced into the level at which the tension currently is. If it escalates further, yes, the market will probably respond.
Prashant Tandon of Waterfield Advisors also cautions that flaring of tensions in the Red Sea could be a significant disruptor, as nearly 12% of the global shipping traffic and 20% of India's exports navigate through the Red Sea Suez Canal. With shipping freight rates surging over 50% since mid-December, nearly $30 billion of Indian exports, or 6.7% of total exports last year, could plunge this fiscal, estimates RIS, a New Delhi-based think tank. That apart, fears of a full-blown conflict between Taiwan and China are also adding to fears. Chinese balloons have continued to be spotted over the Taiwan Strait in recent days, raising risks of escalation ahead of presidential elections in the island nation.
China's excursions around Bhutan and the strong rhetoric around Taiwan is a greater risk to India, and that needs to be closely monitored.
Analysts, however, note any geopolitical impact on markets will likely be short-lived. Besides, there is limited upside due to high valuations.
So therefore, as of now, it looks like the market is, sort of slightly stretched in terms of valuation, but we have to get it to. So therefore, it is not as if the inflows will stop suddenly, unless there is, of course, a big crisis or something like that. All these flashpoints that we discussed, anything can blow up anytime. So things are pretty bad that way. It is just that there is no new information suggesting an imminent blow. That's about it. So, but the inflows could come in a very big way in the next few months, largely to the bond market.
Thus, while global markets are currently looking past geopolitical tensions, any significant escalation could induce short-term volatility. Today, on January 10th, Dalal Street will take cues from global peers for the day's trading action.
He's making plans for an early retirement. Business Standard.
Meanwhile, broad indexes in Bangladesh surged to two-month high after results of national elections were declared. Sheikh Hasina has won a fourth straight term amid a boycott by the main opposition party. But who is Sheikh Hasina? Tariq Ahmed has the answer.
The Bangladesh election results are out. In an election that was boycotted by the main opposition party, Bangladesh Nationalist Party or BNP, Sheikh Hasina's Awami League won 75% of the total seats. Hasina, who is 76 years old now, will steer the country for a fourth straight term. But overall, this is her fifth coming as the Prime Minister of the country, which was formed in 1971. She has held the Prime Minister position of Bangladesh since January 6, 2009 to this day, and previously from 1996 to 2001. Born on September 28, 1947, she is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founding father of Bangladesh. Following the assassination of her family members in 1975, Hasina went into exile, returning to Bangladesh in 1981. As the leader of the Awami League, one of Bangladesh's major political parties, she has been a key figure in the country's political scene for decades. The Awami League, under her leadership, is known for its centre-left policies and commitment to secularism. During her tenure as Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina has overseen various economic and social development initiatives. Bangladesh has experienced notable economic growth under her leadership, with advancements in sectors such as agriculture, textiles, and information technology. Additionally, she has focused on improving education and healthcare, contributing to advancements in human development indicators. The per capita income of Bangladesh tripled since Hasina came to power in 2009. Its GDP grew at over 7% last year. And not just per capita income, the average lifespan of Bangladeshi people is much higher than in Pakistan and even that of India. According to the World Bank, the GDP per capita of Bangladesh was close to $700 in 2009. In 2022, it reached $2,688. That's a 385% increase. But there are challenges too. Bangladesh's excessive reliance on garments exports leaves it vulnerable to external shocks. And it got one recently when Russia attacked Ukraine, pushing the energy prices up. Falling foreign reserves pushed the country to the IMF's door. The IMF board approved a $4.7 billion loan in February last year. Its inflation too is hovering over 9%, and bringing it down will be one of the first priorities of the new government. However, Hasina's leadership has not been without criticism. Her opponents call her an authoritarian prime minister, alleging that she has put restrictions on freedom of speech and political opposition. Supporters, meanwhile, argue that her governance has been instrumental in maintaining stability and promoting economic progress in a country which has gone through several military coups. Her rival, Khalida Zia, is now 78, ailing and confined to a hospital. She was sentenced to 17 years in jail in 2018, while her son and heir apparent, Tariq Rahman, is in exile in Britain. India, meanwhile, has welcomed Hasina's win. She is considered close to India, while her opponent, Khalida Zia's party, is historically believed to have close ties with Pakistan.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.
Sheikh Hasina reportedly spent about 6 years in Delhi's Pandara Road with her children after her father and at least 16 of her family members were killed in Bangladesh in 1975. Well, that's all we have for you today. For more news and analysis, please log on to business-standard.com. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.